What's up, wrestling fans? Tony Mango here, welcoming you to another edition of Internet Wrestling Community Outreach, which is part of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast for the week. This segment's going to be including the Rest Hold commercial break stuff, as well as the wrestling trivia question of the week, and a couple other things as well. We're going to start things off with the Smark My Words fan-submitted comment of the week. And the winner this time around is actually going to be two people. During our Monday Night Raw chat on the Mega Maniacs Facebook group, there was a discussion on the way that Goldberg picked up his son, and oddly enough, there were two different comments that I thought were equally funny, so I couldn't pick between the two. One of them from Brian Biner, he said, he could barely pick up his son, how is he going to pick up Brock? And Alex Parrish was the other one, he said, son sandbagged him Tensai style. So, you know, you always get a laugh out of me. It's going to end up turning into a Smark My Words kind of a thing. So thank you to Brian and Alex and all the other people who left comments all over the place on YouTube, Twitter, and so on and so forth, including the aforementioned group on Facebook. You're going to find that at facebook.com/group/themegamaniacs. If you're not a part of that group yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just sign up for Facebook. Request to join the group and we'll add you in there. You'll start having fun with us throughout the week like we normally do. We got the mailbag coming up a little bit later on this week, but if you can get in right under the wire and send in your mailbag questions for October, or you want to start brainstorming about ones that you're going to send for November, you can do so by tweeting at SmarkOutMoment with the hashtag mailbag, or leaving an email through the contact form of the website. It doesn't have to be wrestling related. It could be just picking our brains about whatever you want us to answer. Send those in. We'll try to answer them. If you're looking to help support the growth of Smark Out Moment, there's a couple different things that you guys should be aware of. One thing is if you want to donate money, you can do so through the PayPal, the YouTube's fan funding module, or through Patreon. Or another way to get some change our way is to buy t-shirts, mugs, and other merchandise over at our Redbubble and TeePublic shops. There's also a TeePublic shop for Fanboys Anonymous if you like those designs better. All the money goes directly to me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can also spread the word about the websites through the Sign Me Up initiative. Just take a Smark Out Moment sign to a wrestling show and send me a picture of yourself holding it up. And you can also help our social media accounts grow by liking and sharing our posts on Facebook, retweeting us and following us on Twitter, giving the YouTube videos a thumbs up, subscribing if you haven't already, leaving comments to keep the discussion going, sharing the videos and the articles on places like Reddit and message boards and everywhere else on the internet like that. Anything you guys do to help us out and get our name out there is going to be greatly, greatly appreciated. And the same thing applies to Fanboys Anonymous, my spot for the movie reviews and other things like that. So if you're interested in geeking out with me on that kind of stuff, head on over to fanboysanonymous.com, follow those Facebook and Twitter accounts, and of course, subscribe to that YouTube channel. That's going to bring us to the major topic of this video, the wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. So let's go ahead and backtrack to last week's question, which was, which two other superstars has Dolph Ziggler beaten to win the Intercontinental Championship in the past? Now, he has beaten The Miz 3 times. He beat Luke Harper once, TLC December 14th, 2014, and Kofi Kingston once on SmackDown July 28th, 2010. So Kofi Kingston and Luke Harper is the answer. Who got it right and got it wrong? Christopher Marin says that would be Kofi Kingston, Luke Harper, and The Miz. Hey, Tony, can you send a message to the whole panel? I would like to say hi. Hi right back at you. But Christopher, I'm sure everybody else is going to say the same things as well. Jamie the Creator gets it half correct. Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre, he says. By the way, this is Jamie O'Halloran, just a different account. Oh, hey, what's up, Jamie O'Halloran? Bobby Lesnar G86 gets it correct with Kofi and Luke Harper. Peter Piccinini gets Kofi Kingston and Luke Harper as well. He says that Kofi Kingston was on his birthday, so that's pretty interesting. Silent Wood of Doom says, okay, this time you totally said support the girth of Smark Out Moment. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know, but the more subscribers I get, the more the girth it is. So he also says, I remember Luke Harper, and I'm going to guess maybe this is his second beating of The Miz. He has it from time to time. I already think I even mentioned the last time around that he had beaten Miz a couple times or whatever, so you get only 50% credit on that one. Also, fuck Lanny Poffo, fuck whoever booed Mama Rusev, and we come into week 3 of Fuck Susan G. Komen month. He threw a couple mailbag questions out there, so we're going to get to those when we get to the mailbag. But let's get into this week's question for the Ask Him. Now, I had a different question, but WWE pretty much ruined that. I was going to ask who was Goldberg's first opponent in WCW, and then they showed a video package, and of course now we know Hugh Morris. But he mentioned something interesting when he was saying that Brock Lesnar was not just next, he was also last. So keeping that in mind, your question for this week, everybody: who was the last person to defeat Bill Goldberg? Everybody knows who beat him first, Kevin Nash, but who was the last person to defeat him? It's only happened a couple times in the history of it, so technically there's kind of two answers to this one, so I'll accept either of them, because one of them, you sort of can count it, you sort of don't have to, that kind of a thing. But if you think you know either of those answers, or you want to leave a guess or anything else like that, just drop those comments below, and I will answer the question and do everything else we need to run down next week. But thank you all for listening to this week's IWC Outreach. Stay tuned for that mailbag coming up a little bit later on, but that's it for me right now. This has been another Smark Out moment, and I'm being counted out.